I'm Molly.
And I'm Diana. We went from local BFFs to long distance ones who talk so much it's like we live together.
Since we know we're not the only ones with this kind of connection, we decided to open up the conversation and invite you inside. Welcome to Long Distance Roomies.
Okay, so let's do a little housekeeping.
Yes, episode 2, Long Distance Roomies. Here we go.
Makes me really laugh, the sound effects. This is
I do love
actually
the soundboard.
it's so good. It makes me think of our dear friend Danny Pellegrino.
An
One of my
inspiration to
favorite,
all podcasters.
obviously. But this is our second time recording this because our first time was on Sunday when Molly was at her parents' house, and in classic visiting the parents form, their Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough for us to be streaming and it kept cutting out.
It was so frustrating. We really tried and I just kept freezing and we had to keep stopping and starting. So, and my parents were they were just so upset and they really wanted it to be like the perfect place for us to record the pod. But unfortunately, my parents' place back in Chicago was not it. But now I'm back home in Las Vegas and happy to be here and recording live from my actual bed. So, I'm happy. It's okay. And I appreciate you being flexible.
So you were at your parents' house. Something that I wanted to say before I had to just quickly go on pause was that what some of our new residents here might not know is that Molly's parents, even though Molly is now in her early 40s, she is always their little princess and their perfect baby girl. And I've had the pleasure of meeting them while visiting in Florida. And the way that Molly's dad is always like, sweetie, what can I get you? Is everything okay? Like, and when I talk to her when she's visiting her family and I hear her put down the phone, I can hear her be like, oh no, I'm okay, Dad. Thank you. No, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's okay. I'm okay. And it's just like, so I can only imagine how upset they were that we couldn't record and that it wasn't the perfect palace for their Malka.
Diana, they were just devastated, truly devastated, so apologetic. And I was like, guys, it's fine. It's okay. I still love you. Everything's going to be fine. But no, I'm incredibly lucky. My parents are wonderful and amazing. There's always challenges, but I was actually back in Chicago for my dad's birthday. So I got to spend his birthday with him. My dad is literally just the funniest man. He is such
So
a
sweet. We love him.
we love him. He is such a prototypical Gemini. He has a million hobbies. He is such a yapper. He's just this renaissance man. And one of his greatest passions in life is UFOs and aliens. He is a ufologist. And
Wait, say that again for the people in the back.
my father is an amateur ufologist.
Okay.
He is very, very passionate about aliens and UFO disclosure. And and so we went to go see the new movie Disclosure Day, which is all about letting the world know that aliens are real. I hadn't seen a movie in the theater since Barbie, so it'd been about 3 years, but it was just
That is a
this
long
really
time.
a long, long time. And so, but it was fun. So
Ufologists must love that.
we'll see. I don't know what ufologists think. My ufologist was a big fan. He loved it. He wants to go see it with one of his fellow ufologist friends. So he's going to go see it again.
I hope they do that.
Yeah. But it was a great trip. Dealt with a little bit of extended family drama, but other than
Yeah.
that, it was a really nice time to be at home, but I'm just happy to be back in Vegas. It's good to be back in your own space. And obviously the Wi-Fi is far superior.
Obviously. Well, I'm getting ready for my biggest work trip of my career. And honestly, right now, before we started recording, I'm dealing with the mishigas of JFK to LaGuardia, and I just want to kind of get into that for a second for any of my tri-state area listeners. But essentially, I always go out of Newark. I live 35 minutes from Newark. Newark's like your crazy aunt that you tolerate. Out like you've got three aunts. You've got LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark. And apparently JFK is the one that you do not invite to the wedding. Newark is like she's close by. She's not the best, but like the fact that she can go home easily is like makes it part of her charm. And then LaGuardia is the one that just like I never talked to. I don't know her. And so I didn't honestly even think LaGuardia was an option. And I'm doing this trip. So I work with my sister, and my sister called me just to check in on like because we're leaving tomorrow morning, and we had
And
decided like
you're
everyone just there
leaving
was
like first thing tomorrow morning.
my flight was out at JFK at 7:45 in the morning, and I got an email from JFK, and especially saying like if you're parking and going out through Terminal 5, you need to get to the airport 3 to 4 hours before your flight. And I thought that it wasn't possibly true. And then I read further down in the email, and it was like, and if you don't believe us, check this Reddit thread and it'll tell you. And I checked the Reddit thread, and the first part of it is like, is this really true? And everyone's responding, it's really true. And I still was like, I guess I'm going to have to leave at 3:30 in the morning. And I was just talking to him. I had 5 minutes before we were starting our session, and after getting off of a much longer conference call than I thought. And then like I have this other client that's like
You have a lot going
thank
on.
God
You have a
thank
lot
God we have
going
video to
on.
see me doing this right now of what I have going on. But and then
Deep
I
breaths,
literally had
deep
5 minutes,
breaths.
and my sister calls me and she's like, you have to change the flights. You can't fly out of JFK. And so I spun around, and travel is like kind of I'm really good at travel coordination, and I'm not really good at trusting other people to do it. But we have this new coordinator, and I wasn't going to trust her to do it because this is like a quick turnaround. Um,
It's literally tomorrow
and
morning.
yeah, and she's on it. She's doing it. I lay the trust in her, but I have had to like I'm giving every single detail, like, but she's got it. And like here we're growing. I'm trusting somebody to do my travel and delegating. I've still been able to show up here and do this podcast. And this is my like last moment of peace and for myself before I go on a 4-day directing shoot. I'll be directing, which
And
is
can
huge.
I just brag about you? About
Sure.
Diana, we've known each other for a decade,
Hmm.
and I don't know, are you safe to share who you're working with on this shoot? Can we say that or not? Well,
I
even if
don't
we
think we can
can't,
say yet.
okay. It's a huge A-list superstar. And I am so unbelievably proud of you. And you're just going to dominate this shoot. You are going to impress everyone. You're going to create the best possible content. And I'm so
Thank
proud of
you.
you. I've been bragging about you to everyone that I know.
Thank
And
you.
I know that it's really stressful, but you are going to kill this. And it's going to be
Thanks.
something that I think you're really going to be known for.
That is really sweet, Molly. I appreciate that. I definitely thrive in high pressure situations, and we can go into therapy about that. But I but what's also this is the first like directing thing I've done where I don't really have a crew, and you can think of that as a good thing or a bad thing, but like usually I'm not the person holding the camera. Usually it's someone else, but it's going to be me and this A-lister and me just one-on-one following this person like white on rice. And so when this comes out, I'll be on the other side and we can talk about it then.
I can't wait. And all of our residents, our listeners, you guys are going to be really impressed. This is like big time.
Should we then go into our next special segment and go into some dirty laundry? Kills me. Okay. I flagged this with you earlier this week, and I know you're not a summer house person, and we have the last summer house episode airing tonight. I know this isn't going to air till next week, but I know it's still going to be relevant because Sandoval is still relevant. But there is something that is going on that is not being talked about in the summer house scandal, and it is you don't have to know about the scandal to be able to understand what is fucked up about this particular thing that in all the pods that I listen to about this, no one is talking about. And I wanted to bring it up to you because you are a dating coach, matchmaker expert, and have also done so much work on especially through your divorce and your own journey of celibacy and of figuring out what you should be looking for, or not even looking for, but like what you should accept in a relationship and what you shouldn't. And this struck me about West because my ex-boyfriend used to use this on me, and I realized that it was psychotic. And people might disagree, but West
Before
had
we go
said,
into that, will you
mhm.
give a little quick
Okay,
10,000
yeah.
foot summary so that people who are not aware of
Throw a
what's going
rock.
on in Summer House are like, just give the
Okay.
most important details.
Amanda Batula and Kyle Cook were together for 5 years and married for 5 years. They have been on the show together since season 1, and Amanda came on as Kyle's hookup that he broke up with, and she weaseled her way back into the house, and they had the most annoying relationship for 10 years and were obviously headed for divorce and should have never got married. And then a few years ago, a new cast member came on named West. And he was like so fun and cute and charming. And he started dating this girl, Sierra.
And
It
Sierra
kind of
also
petered
lives in the
out.
house, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think it's also important to mention she's Black and all these other characters or people, I say in quotations, are white. And this guy that she was dating was white. And we could go into the whole.
That's another episode.
That's another episode. I can't get into that right now. But so he dated Sierra, and how it ended was that he went to the New York Times and basically had an op-ed interview where he trashes Sierra in the New York Times as opposed to like directly to her face or communicating any of this stuff right before they go into the house for the next season together. And she's like, fuck you, deuces. Like, never talk to me again. You're a fame whore. Then last season, they spend the whole season kind of rekindling their friendship while Amanda and her husband are breaking up. But then there's all this like weird stuff going on. And as it turns out, Amanda and West have been having an affair, even though they say they just started dating. They've been blatantly having an affair. And West and Amanda have basically, behind their best friend's back, he was friends with Kyle, and Amanda and Sierra were best friends. Amanda started dating her best friend's ex-boyfriend, and he started dating his friend's ex-wife, hiding it from everybody. And then it erupted in a big scandal because secrets are never secrets for long.
No, especially if you're on reality TV.
100%. Or if you share location.
Wait. Is that how they found out?
Yeah, that's how Sierra saw her
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Amanda at
So
West House, and same with
ridiculous.
Kyle. That's how they started to put it
Wow.
together.
Wow. People are so dumb.
So dumb. Anyway, so something that West would be saying, and like West West started talking about how in his family, they don't believe in the man paying for things, that everything needs to be 50-50 with the couple. And then there's even in one episode where Kyle gives Amanda a Cartier watch for her birthday. And West does this whole thing of like, he's calling Kyle like the Wolf of Wall Street, like Gordon Gekko, and says, like, gifts are bad. That's bad. Anytime someone is doing that, that means they're cheating. All I know is that gifts are bad. And then hearing that in his family, they split everything. And so here Amanda is in a relation. She has no means of making money because the entire world hates her, so she can't do brand deals. She's completely off Instagram. Who knows if she's going to come off the show? No one wants to see a redemption arc. She's bleeding money and paying 50-50 for everything with her
with
boyfriend.
this loser.
So I want to hear what you think about this.
Oh boy, where to begin? Clearly, everyone here has very low self-esteem, and
I've been there.
This is gonna blow up. We have both been there. I'm sure many members of our audience have been there too. And I'm not shaming someone for having low self-esteem, because we're culturally ingrained, especially as women, to have low self-esteem.
Yeah.
But to co-sign some guy blowing up your life and then saying that, yeah, we should do 50-50 in a relationship is absurd. I think 50-50 is always absurd in a relationship. And there are many reasons why. But first and foremost, if a man is not willing to invest in you, he will not appreciate you. That is how
100%.
men work. That is just, it's just how they are built. Women think that you can do all of these things for men and make their life easier and they're going to appreciate you. No, 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 no. If you do all these things for men, then they think that they deserve them. They don't appreciate you for doing them. It's how you treat yourself is how men treat you. There's just so many facets of dating equity that people don't consider. Like, women make less money than men. They just do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And when you have children, men actually make more money and women make less money. And then if you're out of the workforce for a certain amount of time,
and also all of the unpaid labor that, speaking as a mother, the unpaid labor, like, it would be nice to get it paid somewhere with fucking dinner or
it's
whatever.
Literally over 70% of the household mental load and labor is done by women.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm also an advocate of divorce, because if you are with somebody, my daughter's dad is not a loser. Like, he does 50-50 and pays everything 50-50. I'm not like, hell, I don't hold an empty bag, or I'm not left holding the bag or whatever, like some assholes would do. But he and I are in a true 50-50% raising our daughter. And it gives me time to do something like a podcast and find a boyfriend eventually who might pay for this.
Well, exactly. And the boyfriend that you're looking for is not going to go 50-50 with you. They're like,
no.
You look for a man who is generous, and it's not necessarily about money or taking you on fancy vacations or taking you shopping. It's someone who is generous of spirit and loves making you feel special and making you feel taken care of. Like, we are looking for a man who is a provider. And again, not just because we don't want to work and we don't want to make money. It's just that is a real man, someone who is not threatened by the fact that they make money and they work hard and they want to take care of you. And I think someone like West clearly believes that he is not capable of making the type of money that he wants to or needs to in order to provide for a woman. So he's just like, no, I'm not going to, I'm going to go 50-50. And there's so many other parts of dating and relationship equity that I think a lot of people don't think about. Women literally can be physically harmed by men so much easier than vice versa. So it's always always a risk to be in relationship with a man for a woman. like regardless of whether you know him or not, there's a
Yeah.
lot more risk of assault when you actually do know someone. There's this idea of erotic or social capital where it's made up of like beauty and sex appeal and social skills and charm and presentation and sexual competence. And it's when a beautiful, amazing, charming woman is with a man, he looks so much better. And
Mm-hmm.
and that is,
Sorry, I
and
almost
that's
choked on my water, but
right.
yeah. And also something about West in particular, because on that note, because I read this somewhere, but like, why is it that this guy West, and people call him Midwest because he's so mid, and he's also from like Montana or Minnesota or something.
Okay, hello, I'm from the Midwest. I'm not so mid.
No, 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 you're not, but he is. So that's why
Okay.
his name is
His name
West.
is
So
West.
they call
But we're
and
not
he's mid.
slandering Midwesterners, FYI.
No, 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 no. It's like just linking where he's from and calling
Yes.
him mid.
Yes.
No, sweetie, you're the best. You're a high class girl, and we love Chicago. It's not the same thing. Um, but that women, he's like not that attractive, but he's charming and funny. And that there's actually something about a certain kind of woman who it's almost like a reverse pick me that makes them feel good, that they, knowing their beauty and their stature in that way, in that social, in that capital, have picked somebody who is not as attractive, but they've chosen him because he's funny. It makes them look like a less shallow person because they're so beautiful, people just expect them to be like dumb and shallow. And so to
Yes.
create and reflect depth on their part from people's judgments, dating somebody like that makes them feel good,
And
which I thought was
FYI,
really interesting.
I completely agree. And most of those guys are so threatened by the beautiful woman that they have that in order to make themselves feel better and stroke their own ego, they treat her like shit.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah,
It's well,
totally
and then
agree.
you have to think about how much money does it cost for a woman to adhere to our cultural standards of beauty? How
Mm.
much money are you investing in hair and makeup and beauty treatments? And if you go to the med spa, and if you're doing this, and if you're
Ooh,
doing that, and you're working out, and you're getting a trainer, and all these things, and
totally.
women are held to such higher standards than men when it comes to beauty and attractiveness.
And it just costs money.
It costs a lot of money. There's the pink tax where products for
The
women
what
cost
tax?
the pink tax. So comparable products for men and women, whether it is razors, moisturizers, deodorants, for
Oh
women,
yeah,
it's
the pig
between
tax. Yes,
30
more
to
expensive.
40% more expensive than
And
the
they're the same
same
thing.
exact product. It's the same
I know.
exact thing.
It's
There's
unbelievable.
just and then it's just, women, especially if you're wanting to have a child, your time is more valuable than a man's because you only have a certain
Mm-hmm.
amount of time where you are actually fertile and you are able to have a child. And so you have to, it's just there's so much. And then, you know, orgasms. It's a lot easier for men to have an orgasm than a woman. And, sexual satisfaction, men have so much higher sexual satisfaction than women do. There's
Well,
so
something that I read recently, and I say this like I read it on Instagram, like some
it must be
moving
true.
card. It must be true. But that um men's hair loss has received more funding and research by 70% than endometriosis. And they're
Gross.
still bald.
They're still bald. But you know
And they're
what?
still bald. They still
They're
haven't figured it out.
Well, a lot of them are going to Turkey for the hair transplants. So, and
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
totally on board for that because like
Me
it's
too.
just, I think it's nice. I think it's nice. A good hair is really nice. That's for me. That's kind of a deal breaker moving forward because I was with someone who did not have
Mm.
good hair, and I really would like someone
My
with good
daughter's
hair.
dad does not have hair, but I actually that it didn't ever bother me. It felt like he had like a good beard and it felt like
It
confidence and
works for
like
him.
he lost it really works for him. Um, yeah, I think there's some people that like. I think sometimes a bald guy can be sexy, but I think on the next one, I'll have some.
You know,
I'm gonna opt for some hair.
opt for some hair. I prefer, if you're going to be bald. Go shave it off, like be bald. Don't be
That's what we would talk about. A bald
balding.
denier. Don't be a bald denier.
No,
My daughter's dad would always, we would talk about this because he started to lose his hair really young at 25. And the moment that started to happen, he buzzed it off and he found like the beard look and he just owned it. And I thought that that was so awesome and sexy because he just like,
that's confidence.
it's confidence. But we would call anybody else a bald denier. And bald deniers are the worst. The
Those
worst.
are the ones that should go
Be
to
bald
Turkey.
and own it. Huh? Those guys should go to Turkey. um, on that note, let's move into our tea time.
Okay.
And I don't know if we want to talk about therapy reflections or if we wanted to go into products. Do you want to talk about what happened this weekend?
Well,
Or do you?
So you had
Mhm.
therapy this week. I actually have therapy tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So, before we talk about that, like tell me anything interesting pop up in therapy this week for you? Because both of us do therapy every other week. So, we're not always
Yes,
going to have something to talk about. And again, we were trying to record this episode last week and it
that's
just
right.
didn't quite work out. But yeah.
But that was
What
before
are
therapy for the both of us.
Exactly. No,
Um,
I'm usually supposed to have therapy today, but I had to push it. So it's tomorrow for me.
right when I think I don't need therapy anymore, she comes right on time. Right when I think I'm done. I'm chomping at the bit. Because, I had that session where I was like, I almost didn't fill up the appointment. And then now this time, I had a lot to talk about.
That's why it's so good to have a regular session. It doesn't have to be every week, but sometimes you just really need it.
Yeah. And it's just good with this upcoming job to like keep it real, stay
Yeah.
focused, talk to somebody about, there's a lot of complicated dynamics and everyone's very stressed. But now we're at the place, like, it's done. Like, let's go have fun. Like, we've planned everything we can. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I'm on the road. I'm ready to go,
And you're not flying out of JFK.
And I'm not flying out of JFK. That emoji that's
Sorry
like,
for your eardrums, audience. It's okay. We have like
so
the sound
good.
normalization. It's all good.
Yeah. We'll fix it.
Thank you, Zencaster.
Thank you, Zencaster. So then on that note, do you want to talk about some products that you're into?
Some products that I'm into.
Or like some wellness stuff? Like what's your self-care thing that you're doing right now?
So, because I was back home in Chicago, it's really hard to stay in my routine. And,
Mm-hmm.
but no, I got home, I flew home last night. So it just, yeah, it feels really good. So it's like, I love starting my day where I do a somatic workout. So I love the Workout Witch. She is this woman who I found on Instagram a few years ago. My therapist was like, okay, if your nervous system is still really dysregulated, even after you feel like you've done a lot of that like deep emotional work, you should try doing somatic exercises. And so these exercises, they're between like 5 and 25 minutes long. And it's a lot of it is like rocking movements. And it's all about getting you into your parasympathetic nervous system and releasing emotions that are stuck in your shoulders, in your jaw, in your hips, all throughout your body.
I love that.
In your psoas muscle that like is like way in
Mm-hmm.
your deep inner core that can stay constricted for years and you have to manually loosen it.
My
And so
sister's a physical therapist and she always is like, you're so as.
yeah.
She's a pelvic floor doctor. You're
Yes.
so as. Yeah.
So it's really so it's really,
I'm
really
like
important
getting
to,
into it now.
yeah. So like, there's like a lot of like moves like this and rocking and laying on your back and swaying your knees and all these things. And
Didn't it help you lose weight too?
oh yeah, it helps you. So it's really good for inflammation. And
Okay.
so if a lot of times we carry extra weight around our stomach, around our bellies, and it's because we have excess cortisol. And so this is a really great way to release that cortisol and make it so that it's not just taking over your entire body. And then when you do that, all of a sudden, like you lose all of this inflammation and you lose weight and your stomach is flatter and all these things. So I love the workout witch. And then I like to do a meditation, whether it is just meditating on my own, listening to a guided meditation, and then journaling. Is such a good way to start the day. And I like to do it before I work. And then I'm so clear and I feel like I can just attack the day.
I love that. There's a somatic studio, a Tai Chi somatic studio right near my house that I'm sort of into maybe peeking around, but you have always had a good YouTube digital uh library of references, hence how we ended up with Ladder. Do
Yes.
you remember
I
Yoga with
love
Adrian?
digital courses. Yes, you got me started on yoga with Adrian like a decade ago. I still follow
Yeah,
her.
I wonder if she's
She
still doing
is.
it.
She is. And Benji, her dog, is still going strong. Like, she
Cute.
had the cutest dog who was in her videos. I'm sorry if you can hear this. There's literally an ice cream truck outside of
I can't hear
my
it.
house right now. So if anyone does hear it, that's it's
That's
literally
so
just the
funny.
music is going round and round right now.
I
But
can't hear it.
okay, good.
Well,
But
what
no,
I'm into these. Oh, so
oh
go
no,
ahead. I was
no,
gonna say what I'm into is these Korean face masks that Kelly Oxford on her Substack recommended, and one of them is like the pink cute Korean pink cube set that everybody is like, you can find it on TikTok shop. I ordered, there's apparently like a pen that you put on your face that's basically Botox. And I could get Botox and I could be prescribed it because I have a migraine condition. I just haven't, I don't know. I haven't felt like I've had to use Botox yet, but sometimes I do start to do this in the mirror. Like, I'm just
you
like,
you look so beautiful, and there's
thank you.
literally there's no injectable hate here. Both of us are injectable free and have been forever. And I think a
Hmm.
lot of women think that they have to do Botox, they have to do fillers, but both of us constantly are getting mistaken for someone substantially younger than we are, and we do not do injectables. So just know that obviously do what you want to do, but don't ever feel pressured to do that. There's so many other things that you can do that will make
Like
you
these
look and
Korean
feel
face
your best.
masks.
Like those cream face masks. Although I
And
tried the Medicube and it literally made me break out everywhere, but I have the craziest, most
really?
sensitive skin, and I just started Accutane. So I'm like, I am not the
Yeah.
norm when
Your
it
skin looks
comes
great,
to,
by the way.
thank you. Thank you.
I've
We're getting
noticed.
there. We're getting there.
Um, so essentially, I this face mask that I'm obsessed with, and they're $20 a box, and I'm pretty much ordering them once every 10 days, 2 weeks. I
How
have to
many are in a box?
like four.
Okay.
Okay, but it's essentially salmon sperm, and
Right.
so I've now and like they call it on the box like salmon DNA, and what that really is salmon sperm. And I essentially put salmon sperm on my face 3 times a week, and I'm
Who
completely
hasn't
addicted.
gotten shot
And
in the
I
face before? Come on.
wait, oh, you know what I forgot? I have a pink star. I have a zit here, and I don't know if you can see it on camera. Um, oh my god, I haven't got shot in the face that much. I've got shot in the face more by salmon sperm than any other sperm. I actually have a pretty strict like no face policy.
I don't know. It's kind of fun sometimes, but whatever. Speaking of the celibate woman who has not touched a penis in 6 months, so
All right. On that note, let's maybe move to the weather forecast. Duck for incoming sperm. What's the weather forecast this week, Molly?
well, so So this is for the week of June 23rd through the 29th. And yes, we like to give you the energetic, the astrological weather forecast to tell you what the planets are doing. So you always have someone to blame other than yourself when the shit hits the fan.
Mm,
So
we love that.
on Wednesday, June 24th, the sun sextiles Uranus, and this is a really great transit. So you want to soak up all of the positive vibes of the day. So if there is like an idea that you have been a little too hesitant or embarrassed to bring to your crew and tell your friends, tell them suddenly you are going to sound so brilliant to everyone. Um, Group products, all of your posts, everything pops off. And this is basically just a 1 day window. So say it, post it, pitch it, do it. On
Yay.
Yeah, so great day for all of that on Wednesday the 24th. On Thursday the 25th, this it's a little bit of a mixed bag. So the sun squares Neptune in the morning and then Venus trines Saturn in the afternoon. So in the morning, Neptune is basically convincing you that something is true because you want it to be. And this is especially about family stuff or home stuff, but do not believe it and don't sign anything, don't make any big calls, anything
Mm.
really before noon. Try crying to a sad playlist instead. That would be
Oh,
very much
that's
on
right up my
brand,
alley.
which is perfect for you. But by
Hmm.
happy hour, Saturn shows up with a clipboard and makes sense of all of the bullshit. So
Yay.
negotiate any rates, send the invoices, tell whoever that you've been talking to exactly where you stand. Then Sunday, the 28th, Mars sextiles Jupiter, and then Mars enters Gemini. So Mars wraps up its Taurus era by being shockingly responsible, and then Jupiter rewards it with major momentum. So apply for the job, pitch, book a trip. The universe is giving you all of the green lights. And then Mars just zooms into Gemini, and your brain becomes basically 17 open tabs in your browser. It is great for your to-do list, but it is absolutely terrible for sitting still. Gemini is
Mm.
like ADHD to the max. It's also
Hmm.
a solid day to look at joint expenses. So D, I'm
Okay.
looking at our Zencaster bill. And then
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
on Monday, the 29th, this is a big, big day. Mercury retrograde begins, and it's also a full
Oh,
moon
Jesus
in
Christ.
Capricorn. So
Oh, God.
Mercury is going to be retrograde until July 23rd. So back up
Oh,
your
God.
phone, reread your text twice before you hit send. Like old friends, exes, old
Yeah.
projects
Yeah.
are going to
Yeah.
possibly resurface. Pay attention. Do not get swept up without looking at all the details. On the same day, the full moon in Capricorn shows up basically with a clipboard and zero patience for bullshit. So whatever
Ooh,
you've been
okay.
avoiding, like send it, do it, confirm it, cross it off your list. And then, just know like Mercury acting like a little weirdo is not an excuse. So that is your weather for the week. Dress accordingly.
Love it.
So now we're all
Okay.
prepared. Dee, will you do the honors of doing our weekly card pull?
I just split the deck and I'm picking from the middle. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Ooh, this is so perfect, Mall.
Of course it is.
Of
And
course it
again, this is
is.
the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, which is my personal favorite, and I sent it to Diana because I knew she had to have it.
Deep diver, diving into a task.
Ooh, perfect.
So essentially, it's easy to play in the shallows where the waters are clear. Anyone can venture here, there's little risk, nothing to discover. The treasure has been long picked away. But that's not what's calling to you now. The deep
No.
diver invites you to take the plunge with him. You can't see the bottom, but you must swim into the dark depths. He knows where the pearls lie under the ancient sands. You're called to look beyond the surface for answers to things. Let your intuition propel you. You'll surely discover something wondrous to bring back to everyone who is waiting by the shore. Are you willing to do the work? Dive in, make the commitment to see it through, and you'll be amazed. I feel like that's kind of the
Yes.
perfect send off for me for the next 8 days.
You are
You know?
definitely willing to do the work. I am definitely willing to do the work.
Of course you.
I just started a new gig. Like you've got,
Yes.
like
Yes.
we're both doing our own stuff as well. Like I'm still having my own
Mhm.
business and then creating this podcast with you. You have a million irons in the fire. It's so
Mhm.
much more fun in the deep end. The shallow end is so
I
boring. It's too
know. I
predictable.
know. It's so
And for creative
true.
women like us, that is just not fulfilling. But that is a
No, I'm ready for the pearls. I'm ready to deep dive for the pearls.
yes. Yes. Let's get those oysters.
Okay.
They're in oysters, right?
Yeah.
That's where pearls are. I was like, they're not in
Yeah.
mussels or clams. Okay.
No, they're in oysters.
They're in oysters. Okay.
Okay. My little pearl. Are you ready to leave a fridge note?
Okay, let's do our fridge note.
Okay. Mm,
Okay, you
okay.
ready?
Mm-hmm.
You want to show me yours first? Show me yours and I'll
Sure.
show you mine. Okay, I am the deepest, most unique. You got to put it up a little bit. The deepest,
Says
most
you're the deepest, most
unique pearl in the
pearl in the
sea.
sea.
Oh, I love that. That's really
Love
cute.
you.
And I love you so much.
I
Okay,
really
here's
liked the
mine.
pearl metaphor we were in right now.
That was really good. That was really good.
I'll only go 50-50 with you. That's so not true. We totally give each other 100.
Well, I mean, instead of a man.
Oh, yeah. I
Like,
love that. That's so funny. Fuck Wes.
because what a loser. And I'm sorry. Like, she's this gorgeous woman and he's just, ugh,
I
ugh,
know.
yuck. No,
That's
thank
funny.
you.
I'll only go 50-50 with you.
I mean, it's true.
Okay, so then for our teaser, you want to go into what we're going to dive into next
Yes.
week?
So on our next episode, we interview a woman who only dates men named Michael, and she has data.
Ooh, I love a special guest.
So I think
All
now it's
right.
probably time to sage our proverbial room together.
yeah.
Let's clear out
Oh, yeah.
the stagnant energy, the negative energy. You've got your sage
Mhm.
again. You know, I've got
I love the sound.
it's my lighter sound. There she
So good.
goes. I have my sage clearing spray, so I'm gonna do a little bit of that. And then I brought another fun little clearing item for everyone. So this is from
Mhm.
the House of Intuition. My friend Lauren gave this to me. This is magic dusting powder. It's cascarilla, and
I
it is
love
a
that.
great way to clear stagnant energy. Um, so I'm going to take a little bit of. You can put it on your
Amazing.
windowsills and your doorways. You can put it in your bath, whatever.
Mm.
And now it's all over my bed, but that's okay. Now my
It's
bed is
okay.
clear from negative, stagnant energy. And look at all that like great sage smoke that you have going.
And
Love this.
just in time for you to start maybe coming out of the celibacy closet.
I mean,
You know, sparkle that bed.
maybe, I don't know. You know, some breaking news. I'm moving. I'm leaving Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
so I don't think like why would I want to date here?
You're
I'm
100%.
moving to Miami. So if anyone knows anyone fabulous in Miami,
Mhm.
that is where I'm going to be next. And yes, we're still going to be long distance roomies, but we are going to be much closer long distance roomies, and we're going to be in the same time
Same time zone.
zone instead of 3 hours
Essential.
apart, which is very exciting.
Okay.
But
Well, I gotta finish canceling flights and get the trip going. See you on the other side.
we'll see you in the mailroom, everyone. Thanks for
See
joining
you in the
us. New
mailroom.
episodes every other Tuesday. We can't wait to see you. And please, if you love our podcast, which I'm sure you do, subscribe, like, give us reviews, give us 5-star reviews. Tell everyone you know about Long Distance Roomies. We would love for them to join our building and be residents with us.
Love it. More.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks.